Good morning and welcome to this morning's press conference following the very short Agriculture and Fisheries Council today. With me I have Minister Jensen and Commissioner Kadis, who will start with their statements and then we'll take questions, and we also have possible questions online because we are in Luxembourg. But Minister, let's go ahead and start.
Let's see if this works. Yesterday. Now, here we go. Yes, thank you very much, Stine. Good morning, everyone. As just mentioned, we've had a relatively short meeting this morning to conclude on the negotiations that we have had on the fisheries opportunities in the Baltics for 2026. They have been long and also intense, but I'm very happy that we have reached a balanced compromise this morning, supported of most member states. One member state could not accept it. And I would also like to express my gratitude for all member states showing the flexibility during the negotiations, and also for the Commission and Commissioner for the cooperation that we have had in order to reach this compromise. Unfortunately, the situation in the Baltic Sea remains serious. And this year, the pelagic stock were a core challenge in the discussions. And I'm therefore also very happy that we have reached what I would say is a balanced compromise, where we ensure protection of the stocks in poor state, while we still allow fisheries and stocks in good condition. So overall, as I see it, the compromise is in line with the scientific advice that we are given. And for some stocks even more precautious than what the scientific advice gives us. And also for the stocks with bycatch quotas, we have agreed to continue on the same level as last year, meaning this year. We have also agreed to continue the possibility for recreational fisheries on one fin-clipped salmon per fisher per day. So with that being said, I'm very happy that we now have a compromise, so the fishing industry and everybody else can see the conditions for fishing opportunities in the Baltic Sea for 26. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. Indeed, there were quite difficult but fruitful discussions on fisheries yesterday and throughout the night. The guiding principle for the Commission is to accelerate the necessary rebuilding trajectory for the Baltic fisheries, so that we can get back to healthy fisheries as soon as possible. Healthy fisheries that provide a good economic basis for the fisheries businesses in the Baltic Sea. And I want to recall that this was also discussed during the recent Our Baltic high-level conference that we organized in Sweden, along with Commissioner Roswell. And this is important because we have a responsibility to our fishers and their communities to set the fishing opportunities at levels that can help the stocks recover. We appreciate that the Presidency compromise follows the Commission proposal on certain elements. However, we continue to believe that the Commission proposal would have better contributed to the objective of starting the rebuilding trajectory for the fishers in the Baltic Sea. Still, the commitment undertaken by the Commission and the Baltic member states to ask for a specific scientific advice on rebuilding trajectories starts a systematic approach in this direction, and we consider this development very important. Concluding, I would like to express my gratitude and sincere thanks to the Danish Presidency and the Minister, the Swedish Baltfish Presidency, the Member States involved, and of course the Commission services, specifically DG Mare and the members of my team for their substantial and very useful contribution in reaching this agreement. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go ahead with questions and just mention your name and media. Please go ahead.
Victor Nummelin from Swedish News Agency, TT. You said one country did not accept it or did not. So could you give us any news of if it was Sweden and why? Thank you.
I can confirm that Sweden could not agree to the compromise. The reasons I would like you to ask the Swedish delegation. I think that's even more fair for them to explain. We tried to reach out for all the member states, but that's how it is in negotiations, that sometimes you can reach all, sometimes it's too far from where the positions are, and that was the case here for the sake of Sweden.
Maria Simon for Euractiv. A question for the Commissioner. You have said that the Commission's proposal would have better contributed to restoring stocks. Do you then have other proposals to target, for example, external factors? I'm thinking ministers' request to hunt more cormorants, seals, the influence of Russia in the sea. Thank you.
As I mentioned several times, the bad condition of the Baltic Sea is the result of different factors adversely affecting the ecosystem, including climate change, eutrophication, overfishing, pollution. So we need a holistic approach in order to address all of these challenges and improve the marine life, including the fish stocks of the area. One of the factors that we have to take into consideration is, of course, what you mentioned, the impact of cormorants and seals on the fish stocks. And in order to have this holistic approach, we organized a month ago the high-level conference in Sweden, our Baltic Conference, where we invited fisheries, agriculture and environment ministers from the member states around the Baltic Sea in order to discuss solutions from all angles. So I don't feel that addressing the issue of cormorants will solve the problem. We need a holistic approach, and addressing the challenge of cormorants and seals could be one of the many measures that should be taken for the recovery of the fish stocks in the Baltic Sea. But other measures are also required, and the Commission is working in this direction.
One more follow-up, Maria? Okay.
Yeah, a follow-up for the Minister, if I may. Seeing the agreement today, have you had any requests to steer discussions on these other factors, cormorants, seals? Thank you.
We have, of course, taken note of all our requests, also when it comes to cormorants and seals. There was also a statement from the Finnish delegation at the meeting this morning. So this is, of course, one of the issues, one of many issues, as the Commission also mentioned, that is a press factor on the fish stock in the Baltic Sea. So we have, of course, also taken note of that request, that statement. And that is, of course, also something that we can work with as member states and also as presidency together with the Commission in order to get, you can say, holistic approach and therefore also looking into all the different press factors on the various stocks that are suffocating.
Yes.
Thank you, Andreas Lilja on Swedish Public Radio. If you listen to environmental organizations, they say that if you go further than the Commission proposal, which you apparently have done, you risk passing a certain threshold where there is a larger possibility to reach like a 5% or larger probability that you reach these critical levels, and by that you will actually break EU law according to environmental organizations. So what are your comments on this?
I guess that was a question for me. We have found a compromise within also staying within the principles. We have listened very carefully also to the scientific advice that we've been given. It's correct, it's not one-to-one the proposal from the Commission, but it's lower in many stocks, lower than what the scientific advice actually give us. So that approach we have taken is also to be careful when it comes to some of these stocks, and even not, you can say we have not even used the full potential, if you can put it that way, from the scientific advice that ICES have given us. So we have, as I see it, found the right balance between taking good care of the stocks, listen to the scientific advice, but also, of course, listen to the fisheries communities that are very dependent, not only today, but also for the coming generations, that there are fish in the Baltic Sea to be fished.
Okay, let me just see if do we have any questions online? Okay. Well, then I think I'll end, as always, with old Danish saying, and I think one that's very fitting for today is "Morgenstund har guld i mund," which I guess you can translate. Well, it's not that pretty if you translate it directly, but it's something about the beautiful gold color of the morning, and it literally means that it's rewarding to get up early, which I think it was for a lot of negotiators today. Thank you so much for this press conference.